Yo. I'm back. I started Shadow Warriors 2 yesterday, but game's about like 10 hours long. I got 5 hours in, and I just needed to cut it, so I'm gonna try and finish it today. I should be able to get it done in like 4 hours. If it goes past 9, this might end up a 3-part stream, because I have D&D on Wednesdays. It's Wednesday. I won't be streaming that, but I have to end stream for it. So, yeah. Gonna play Shadow Warriors. I'm not gonna linger too long on the start. I won't play a song or anything. Just because I know my time is, the more time I can play, the better. Thanks for the sub, Air Curve. Hey, everybody, it's Movement Shooter Wednesday! Let's jump right into it. How's D&D been? It's good. We just started a new campaign, so I'm playing a grung, which is a frog person. And we're getting our asses kicked. The name of our campaign is the Toivoan Trainwreck, because we've like fucked up every single encounter and somehow not died. It's been a train wreck, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. So, yeah, this is Shadow Warrior 2. Music's a little loud. I noticed this game has co-op, and I figured, like, I don't really have anyone to play it with, but you can play a public multiplayer. I'm curious, does anyone in chat own Shadow Warrior 2? And if so, would you be willing to join me? Because I could probably open it up to 2 or 3. I want to set it to public and just see if a random person joins. The problem is it'll probably make it harder while I'm playing solo. So I'll set it to 2-player and just see if anyone joins. And if someone does, I'll open it to 3 or something. I'm expecting to just play single player, though. Yeah, the song is just the Shadow Warriors 2 theme. I feel you, Rustage. No, I'm not planning on multiplayer. I'm just surprised that Shadow Warriors 2 supports it. So to catch you up, I'm playing Lo Wang. There's a woman inside my head because her body got corrupted, and I had to sort of let her hitch a ride in my brain. While her corrupted body kind of just wreaks mayhem, and I gotta go chase down her corpse. Her animated corpse. There's a lot of, like, onigiri. Just demons everywhere. But I'm kind of chummy with a lot of them.
There is one thing I will need in order to perform the soul-joining ritual.
I'll watch a few of these cutscenes, but I guarantee you in 10 minutes I'm going to be skipping all of them because the game is all MMO
quests. Coded to each individual person and carried in the spirit of their families.
But you talk to every NPC like you
or
are.
A body part.
Hey, no problem. I'll go hack off her grandmother's arm.
Grandmother. No, not enough power. It needs to be a parent or a sibling.
She's an only child, and her mom's dead.
Then you're looking for her father,
They're talking about my brain.
Then how the fuck are we supposed to find him?
Bring me something of his, and I may be able to help you.
What, like one of his old Playboys?
Oh, a magazine would work. Clothing is better. A weapon is best. If you can manage it.
Yeah,
wonderful. We'll get right on that.
This is what I mean. So the first Shadow Warriors was
any
linear.
idea where your dad
quest
is?
to
No,
quest.
but I do know who does. My dear darling Mima.
Mamushi,
In this game,
You know,
you're in
I'm
a hub
not as
world,
stupid as they say.
and you have to
She's
fast
not
travel
going to
to the
tell us
actual
anything.
levels.
No.
Oh, she'll never tell us anything. But she carries something of his wherever she goes. His wakizashi.
Why does she
Wakizashi.
have his?
He gave it to her, to mark her as his favorite. It bears his chop, and as far as I can tell, she never parts with it.
So she won't mind if we borrow it for a tick?
I think she'd stab out your eyes if you looked at it too long.
You know, some people probably find that off-putting. But I love how direct she is.
Let's go. Why is Playboy magazine canon in this game? Oh, the Pentagon is canon. Several celebrities are. Lo Wang has some very Gex moments where he just references things that by all accounts should not exist or be familiar to him. And it's never explained how he knows about these things. Playboy is one example. Playboy exists. I mean, magazines are canon. So, yeah,
So,
Playboy's canon.
once we find your dad, we need to chop off one of his body parts.
I can think of a few that could go.
Ooh, remind me not
Fantasy
to
settings
cross you.
never explore
Little
that.
late for that,
Like,
isn't
I've never
it?
been in a D&D
Okay,
campaign where there's
remind me to run the other way once you get your body back.
a Playboy
With
for
pleasure.
orcs. Or for ooblexes. Want to see a Playboy for slime creatures. Yeah, I'll just get the explanations out of the way, the catch-ups. The levels in this game are sort of open world. It's like a Spyro level where you get a quest and you got to go find that quest on the level, which is really weird, but it has its moments. There was one quest where I had to go kill demon bunnies. It wasn't bad. A lot of them tend to be just sort of chasing the marker, though. You know, it's trying to find the Skyrim cave. That's what a lot of these quests are. Thanks for the sub, Rotasium and Kutham. Oh shit, it's a Yakuza. There's actually... Oh, fortune cookie. I have never catered to the bullshit of innocence. The title of the stream is one of the fortune cookies I've seen playing. You got... Take it easy, Chuck Norris. So, I was looking at a list of all of the fortune cookies that are in this game. Do you guys want to know what the last one that is on the list says? It says, Wang's out for Harambe. Just to give you an idea of how this game's writing is. That's what one of the fortune cookies says. It's real. You can look up the list. It's actually... They're not all that bad. Some of them are actual, like, quotes. And it's... No, that might be the worst dick joke of the game.
Fresh ammo.
Oh,
Nothing like it.
So I need to reach Mamushi Haika's office. Alright, I'm in the right place. I don't remember when this game came out. It must have been like 2014 or 16.
Here goes the boomstick!
Because the first one came out in 2013, the reboot. I almost want to say it's 16, because I feel like there's some Doom.
Miss me?
New Doom in this. But it wouldn't make sense if it came out earlier. So I'm guessing 2016, but I could be wrong. And just a reminder, the sequel to this, the third one, comes out this year, supposedly next month. Supposedly in March. It's not confirmed, but there's a lot of implications.
You have done well to make it this far, Lo Wang, but this is where your journey ends.
Really? Bummer. I'll let my travel agent know.
What a pity this
Let
is
me know
your
if the audio
last
level's
day
okay.
alive. You'll never realize that being clever is not the
Test,
same
test, test,
as
1, 2,
being
3.
wise.
Banana
Come
Zulu,
on.
baby.
Kill this asshole.
An elevator
Something
desk.
tells me
That's
Mamushi Heika
smart
isn't just
design.
going to give us this sword.
You worried about losing a fight to a grandmother?
No. I wanted to make sure you were okay with it if things got messy.
The messier the better when it comes to that bitch.
Ba 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 ba. Test, test, ba. I find this game is at its best when it has a really vertical factory level with a lot of like jumping up and down. It tends to funnel you through woods and just buildings, which I don't think is as interesting. But I know they're trying to go for the Eastern aesthetic. I just remember in the first Shadow Warriors, some of the best levels were a bit more like this. Superior Yakuza assassin, who's apparently just standing around the office. I like that every butler is equipped with a katana. Is it still quiet? I turned down the game, so it should be better now. Yeah, this game loves dick jokes. When your character's name is Wang, it's hard not to. Get it hard.
Oh, hello, new ammo friends. You ready to kill some people?
I remember buying ammo for all my weapons, but it seems like I'm down to 3 already. Alright, time to use my Invisawatch.
Be very, very quiet.
They're blocking the fucking door.
Dickheads.
There's a little too much blood in my eyes right now. Alright, I turned it down again.
Go get 'em, ladies.
You know, another thing that bugged me is they kind of designed the levels as if you should look around and explore, but there's never hidden stuff. There's never really Easter eggs. Just chests with ammo. Like, if you're gonna do the whole open world design, semi-open world, I at least sort of incentivize, or at least reward not doing the objective, you know? Otherwise, what's the point of letting me go anywhere? Shotgun. So this game does have blade mode. Not exactly Metal Gear, but it's good enough. Oh no, it's literally blade mode! Oh wow, my opinion has just changed drastically of this game. It really does. Wow, I'm proud. You want to know something I learned about that I'm really mad about? I guess maybe this is a rumor. I don't know if it was confirmed. Apparently, when Left 4 Dead 2 came out, Valve kicked around the idea of making the Wild Riders, that band that you play in like one of the levels on their stage. They were supposed to be playable. The Midnight Riders is what they're called. So there's these 4 gruff, fat, bearded biker dudes in a band. And Valve kicked around the idea of letting you play them for like a separate campaign. But nothing ever happened. Nothing ever came of it. And I was so mad learning that.
There's nothing.
Yeah, it's BF for Dead 2. I also learned there's a Easter egg in Left 4 Dead 2 where if you get to a certain map fast enough, you can see the Midnight Riders tour bus flying by outside of the boundaries of the play area. Like behind a fence, you see their tour bus fly by. And Ellis says like, well, I guess the Midnight Riders are still kicking, huh? So they're definitely alive in the universe. I would have loved playing them, but I know Valve. That was never gonna get made. I would tell you about that one time me and my buddy Pete Keith promised video game content and they never delivered. Oh man, it Gray was crazy. Keep kept, oh yeah, keep kept tickling the public with information. Man, we just forgot. What do I think of Genshin Impact? I don't think of it really at all. It's not even a real mirror. This game loves to make you hit the floor with an animation, and it definitely doesn't ruin the game pace. There's actually a spin-off of this series called Shadow Visceral Cleanup, where you play a janitor that has to walk through these levels after Lo Wang killed everyone, and you have to mop up all the blood with an actual broom and bucket. It's a real game. Fortune cookie. The problem with the world is that the intelligent people are full of doubts, while the stupid ones are full of confidence. Well, the cleanup is of the first game, but I meant of the series. There's that spin-off. It's funny because my friend gifted that to me on Steam before I ever played Shadow Warriors 1. So my introduction to this series was playing a janitor. See their health bar half the time. I'm glad you like the videos. Feel good, Nico? It's just Ghost Runner with guns. You know, I made a lot of comments about that last stream, and you haven't even seen the half of it. There's some super sci-fi levels. Ghost Runner came out after this, but I almost feel like they played this game. I feel like Ghost Runner devs played this game and they wanted to take themselves unironically serious. Whereas this game sort of teeters the line. Would I recommend it? I'd recommend the first Shadow Warriors. Sort of haphazardly. I'd play the first, and if you like it, then you'll enjoy this. I don't know if someone would enjoy just playing this on its own. It can be really scattered in its priorities, where it tries to give you side quests to do so that you can upgrade your items. But it's a little annoying if you just want to follow the story. You can, but some of the presentation gets watered down. I don't know how to get to where they want me to go. And the minimap isn't helpful because it doesn't convey up and down, like at all. I don't think I can no-clip in this game. Thanks for the sub, Chris. Do I like fish sticks? I don't eat seafood. A lot of seafood is just like eating bugs of the sea. Like, let's eat a shrimp. I want to eat an ocean scorpion. A shrimp's not a scorpion, but... Also, it's kind of been sullied for me, because there's a YouTube video about a lobster called Leon. This guy went to Publix and he just took a lobster from their seafood section and he raised it as a pet. And now I kind of empathize with lobsters a little too much. They're smart. They'll like groom themselves. They'll play fight. I think he's play fighting. I mean, I don't generally eat meats, but like I'll eat a burger or bacon or chicken if it's, you know, I don't have an option. Like I don't have an alternative. But fish, I don't really go for even if I don't have an option. Oh, brother, where do you want me to go? Like every door in the building's locked. The only elevator down is that closed off area. So many dead ends. I can't tell if one of these icons is a staircase. I don't know, it's not. Follow the pointy thing. Well, so my mini-map tells me where to walk, but again, it doesn't tell me to go up or down. It's just like, yeah, walk this way. I'm just staring at the mini-map right now. I think I found it. Yep. Yeah, I'll usually choose a vegan option when I'm at a restaurant. Not always. I went... So, it was my sister-in-law's birthday this week. And we just went out to an Italian restaurant because her family is super Italian. And, like, if you know Italian foods, it's mostly meats. There's not that many. Like, you can get a salad or something. I didn't want to get a veggie pizza, so I just got, like, a chorizo. I got, like, a salami pizza.
Any ideas
with
how to get through
peppers.
this thing?
Well, that's a Z-Secure 9700 lock for starters.
And that
It was good.
It's
It
the most
was like
advanced lock Zilla makes. Unbreakable by almost anyone.
I don't know what Scoville rating it
I
was,
bet my pal
but
Trinai could do it.
I had the
Trinai?
hiccups without
That's Mr.
the
Trotoluene
pain.
to you.
Oh, trinitrotoluene. Cute.
A good
Hey,
balance.
I made a chemistry joke, and nothing? Not even a chuckle?
I don't do chuckling. If she keeps dynamite around, it'll be in the armory.
I don't
Took
like
the
having
fun
to
out of
stare at the
anything.
mini-map to move.
Even dynamite.
I will say, I ate this spicy pizza on that day, and it was bad enough. I had to go out to the car to get something, and I walked, because it's cold out in Georgia right now. I walked around with my mouth open like a fish, just to like temper off my mouth the heat from the peppers. I walked around like a fish breathing out of its mouth. Probably looked crazy.
Hold yourself together, man.
How this game plays is I fight for a minute and then remember I don't have to be doing this. Like, they're just decorative. They're decorative enemies. Hey, my car.
Ooh, Grandma, what a big arsenal you have. I made a joke about your grandma's arsenal.
That is just special. I hope you put that on your resume.
Yeah, right. Right after coexist on a mutual mental plane well with others.
I'm playing Shadow Warrior because the trailer for the third one actually looks pretty good. There's a grappling hook, it's a bit more movement, and it seems like they're maybe keeping the levels a bit more curated and linear as opposed to having to just find your way through an open space. The sequel looks good. I want to be ready for when it releases. That said, this game isn't winning any awards.
New clip, new life.
Take cover.
3, 2, 1. Knock, knock, bitch!
Dangerously close to that fire extinguisher. T for God. So Arctic, I actually did record footage of T for God, but I cut out a portion of the video where I talk about non-Euclidean games, and I didn't really have a use for it.
You seek my master.
But I have played it.
But you must know
And
that
I may
will
talk about it
never
later.
betray him.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
Unlike you, I understand the value of loyalty and honor. I knew the price of my bargain when I made it.
Sure, one child, cash on the barrelhead. How did your daughter feel about being pimped out to a sociopath? Sorry, I meant by a sociopath. Oh wait, I guess I mean both.
She understood her destiny. To bear a child of greatness is a blessing.
Kamiko? A child of greatness? Hey, let's not get carried away.
I gave everything I had for that ungrateful shit. Perhaps you will realize her destiny one day.
Really?
Oh, see, why'd you have to go and do that?
EW.
I am willing to die for my ideals. Can you say the same?
I'm
I'm
impressed you
willing to
can
blow
talk.
for my ideals. That's as far as I go.
Right through your
A
abdomen.
Sybarite to the end.
At least I'm consistent.
Do you have the least shred of honor left in you? Will you finish what I have started?
Nah. Nah. Can I take her? I can! I can take the sword! Yes! Thank you. I know I gotta teleport. I'm just looking around. Good thing her corpse just magically disappeared. Okay, why teleport me here if you just teleport me into the Shadow Realm? If this game had a slide, it would be perfect.
This should do the trick.
It is more than I had hoped for. Thank you, Lo Wang. This will do nicely. Give me some time and I will locate this mystery man.
Cool. So I can get a rocket launcher? No question. The last kiss goodbye. It was that or a shotgun. I don't regret it. Actually, I kind of do, because I haven't even used the grenade launcher. Do I have to equip them? Yeah, I have to equip. That explains a lot. I've unlocked like 7 weapons and just not used them this whole game. Yeah, I have to put them on my actual thing. No wonder I've been using 3 fucking pistols this whole game. A nail gun, a Gauss rifle. Wow, I have so many options now. Gonna replace Lo Wang. I probably have like all my ammo stocked up too. Damn. So this is how the upgrade system works. You just tack on these little tokens. I like throwing on the movement ones just because get around. There is one token that lets me dual wield, but I haven't figured out how to actually use it, which is a little depressing. I want to put on all the movement speed stuff. This game doesn't get to a crazy level of movement, even if you spec into it, but this is just how I play video games. If there's a way to move faster, I do it. Thanks, Blunderly. Looks like there's no more movement stuff. So, I'm gonna go buy some ammo. Here it is. Got the grenade launcher, nail gun. Should be set. I know how the rune goes in the weapon, but it like wouldn't go in for some reason. Adds explosive material. I wonder if what that would do put on a rocket launcher. Would it just be more explosive? I'm gonna save the money. I'm not having too much trouble right now. The names are all weird, so I'm looking for like the dual wield. Don't feel like reading this. Alright, I'm just gonna move. Okay, I guess I have to go get the next story mission. Isn't that crazy? It gives me an arrow, an objective marker, and then I follow it, and then it's just like, alright, figure out where to go, asshole. She doesn't have anything for me. Yeah, so I updated the channel points thing to be that I'll wrap every name in chat. Because I figure it's a bit more interesting than just saying them all in a line. I'll still do it sometimes if I get tired of rapping, but I picked up some royalty-free rap beats.
Hey, Buttface! I see your face still.
Hopefully, I'm not gonna do it more than like once a week though, or like, you know, not too much. Story mission. There we go.
Hey, this is my body we're dealing with. Easy on the merchandise.
Hey, I don't come down to where you.
Why do I avoid meat? There's no one reason. I like supporting alternatives. I like the taste of like plant meats, to be honest. It's not always meat. There are some. I got an Impossible Burger from just a dinner place the other day, and I straight up for 3 minutes I pondered whether they've got my order mixed up, and I was eating an actual burger. I'm like, this feels like real meat, and I genuinely thought, like, did I just break my
Can you feel the body at all?
Now and then,
my meat
vaguely.
avoidance?
It's getting fainter all the time, though.
Like when you
I
sit
mean,
on
I
the
already
land
broke
and
it
feels like
anyways with
belongs
that
to someone
pizza,
else?
but
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah,
Only not disgusting.
Come on,
they're like,
let's go beat up some mutants.
some of
Don't
it's
sound so
ethical
eager.
reasons. But that's what I mean by supporting the alternatives. I'm not a nut about the conditions for animals. I don't like how they typically are kept for meat processing. But I'm not up in arms about it. I understand how many humans there are, how some of it's unavoidable. I'm a proponent for like free range and all that, but I don't judge people for eating meat. I still eat it. I like plant meat, that's all. This is different. Usually they send the same 6 enemies after me.
You ready to kill some fuck faces?
I also raised the channel password to 400k. Just to slow people down.
Not to sound like a racist, but all you demons really do look alike.
For someone who's not racist, you say that about every 4 minutes, Lo Wang. I'm trying to think of a Weezer sponsorship, but I already did the SpongeBob one. What are some other weird, obscure things Weezer's done? I've only gotten a day to practice, so I don't have a backlog of things. I've already gone through all the interesting ones I remembered. Yeah, did you guys know that Weezer had a Snuggie? It was a real thing, and I didn't get to have one, unfortunately. I don't think it's real, but I heard a rumor that Weezer's doing the theme for the next Sonic game. And I know it's not real, but it sounds so plausible, doesn't it?
Ah, fuck. Goodness me. Looks like you're growing up nicely.
Who are you, my creepy uncle?
No, I'm the cool uncle who sneaks you beer and lets you drive his pickup.
Whatever. Listen, Gozu said it's been drinking straight crude. It's not just getting bigger, it's getting stronger.
Oh, wonderful. How long will that keep happening?
Isn't this like this is literally the plot of DMC5?
Do you enjoy being an idiot? We need to stop this thing. The sooner, the better.
Or DMC5, really. I really didn't need that regen. I should have waited. Okay, chainsaw's useless. I think I'm like 55% through the game right now. The story, not the game. But honestly, I have no idea. Maybe like 70%. I'm at 5 hours and it's like 7 hours long. Does the game not pause? Does the game not pause while I'm playing? The fuck? I'm just doing such fucking nothing damage. It's painful. Oh yeah, I guess I am multiplayer. When I think about it. No one's joined yet. It's supposed to be public. Maybe it's like public to friends. I can't disable multiplayer right now. That might be why the boss is so hard. It's on like 2-player difficulty. I'm against my better judgment. I'm gonna reload on single player because their health is probably higher. Thanks, So-So. I'm glad people still get a kick out of that, because my music stuff is always super, sort of back-end to videos. I only really made like one Weezer cover, but because there's like 7 Weezer references redeemed, so I'm allowed to bring it up like a few more times. I was re-listening to Death to False Metal like a few months ago, and I thought the song I Don't Want Your Loving kind of sounds like a Pinkerton B-side, which is weird, because DTFM is not a good album. It's not even really an album, it's just B-sides, but it has one of the most like Pinkerton solos I've ever heard in a Weezer song. Like, out of nowhere, the song just goes super fucking hard. Yeah, it seems like her health is dropping way faster now. Marginally way faster. I haven't been as frustrated in Shadow Warriors 2. The first one used to just send 6, like, mega grunts at you, and you would have to restart an area and just be pissed. It seems a lot more manageable. Not a big fan of the bullet sponge bosses, though.
Clear. You lie.
This is just too slow to kill. Unless... Oh, yeah, I can see the health bar chunking down off that. One more, baby. That doesn't go through the thigh gap. Okay. God, I give up on the rocket launcher. And she's still alive. You guys see that Portal is running Geico ads? Or Geico is running Portal ads? Just out of nowhere. The Geico lizard
Feels good.
interacts with GLaDOS. Civilization is just something that sounded like a good idea when God was drunk. So says the fortune cookie. I did not, like, on my 2022 bingo chart, I did not anticipate Valve car insurance crossover. I think it's a real thing if you look it up on YouTube. I think it's like ads that run on Twitch. They came around at the start of January. I haven't seen them since, but it's 100% real. The production quality is too high. Be anything else. Trying to not get sidetracked with the side missions. Just a tiny gripe with this game, but when you walk up to someone, you can't immediately talk to them. You have to wait for it to, like, load the ability to talk to them. Raven? What? Excuse me? I can get a minigun? I know what I'm saving up for. By far my favorite weapon in any video game. SMGs just aren't the same, you know? Hey, bae. I keep forgetting he's sitting on a chair, and I think he's just doing super low squats.
Low down, no good. Oh, you mean I didn't get the body back? Yeah, that's right.
Amiona will be displeased.
Oh no, what's she gonna do? Frown me to death?
Do you know where it is?
Not exactly, but I know who has it. Zilla.
Zilla? Oh, but this is awful. I must tell my mistress immediately.
Yeah, don't let me keep you.
I think the first Shadow Warriors had a much stronger story. It was more of a cult classic. You know, I remember the Oni dude, Lo Wang, being way more distasteful. The two twins. There was just some, like, good dynamics. This one, it almost feels a little too ambitious. I like the dynamic of having this lady just in the back of my eyes, I guess. But they don't really do much with it. She's just sort of here for the story. Whereas the Oni in the first game, he was always quipping. He was always saying funny stuff.
Wang, are you ready for the next phase in your journey?
I'm ready to be done running errands.
It really feels like this game is just sort of
in the direction we least expect.
it gets a passing
Treat the
grade,
unusual as an opportunity,
and that's about it, you
not
know.
a burden. I cannot see the exact location of Kamiko's father. Mamushi Heika left a powerful imprint on this item which is clouding my vision. But I can say with some certainty that you will find him in the general vicinity of the gates.
Yeah, we've already been there. I didn't see any sign of him.
The universe places the unexpected in our path to show us its secrets. Perhaps he has recently gone there. Or perhaps you did
Gary,
not
the
know
problem
what to
is this
look
game
for.
wants to be the movie on in the
any event, I
background.
am certain he is there now.
Well, what should I cut off him? Please say his cock, his cock, his cock, his cock. Please, please, please.
Any body part will do.
Yes!
But the hand is usually easiest.
Oh, fuck.
But you should go now to intercept him in case he is on the move.
I don't have a citation for this, but I read that certain film studios and directors are actually adjusting how they write films with the knowledge that a lot of people don't actively watch them. A lot of people watch movies just on their second monitor while they're doing something else, and they don't totally pay attention, so it's a lot harder for them to follow a complex story, a deep narrative. So some directors and studios intentionally basically gimp their own movie. Like, they cut it down to very simple pieces so that it's enjoyable when you're not paying too much attention to it. Like, it's a good balance of keeping your attention but not demanding it. So if you've watched movies that are made recently and it seems like, you know, it's sort of babified. Not babyfied. That may be why. Because, you know, the generation of ADHD multitaskers seems to be influencing Hollywood.
Not to sound like a racist, all you demons really do look alike.
I appreciate this game going between fantasy and sci-fi. It was weird at first, but it's interesting seeing, like, the weird mech'd out demons sometimes. I guess it's kind of the same enemies in two different forms, but still, it's an effort.
I think I recognize this area.
Yeah, this is definitely looking familiar.
Doom seems a bit more... I'm gonna get hate for this. Sort of
shit.
steampunk.
It's
Like, it's sci-fi, but it's
Get
not...
rid of him.
Well, I guess it's high sci-fi. There's a lot of, like, ships and stuff, but it doesn't feel as Neo Tokyo, I guess. I was trying to describe the fact... Did he just rub... He just rubbed the rocket launcher. This game has, like, Neo Tokyo kind of stuff in it. Whereas Doom is a bit more industrial. Industrial sci-fi.
No way. To what do I owe this?
I don't think steampunk's the right word. I was just trying to convey it's like gritty
washed up
tech and not
demon crap. I'm looking for
smooth
the
tech.
Yakuza's big boss, the Oyabun.
The Oyabun. Do you really think he'd hang around here with ruffians such as myself?
So you know him?
Oh, he's quite a fascinating character. What will you do once
I already
you've
forgot who
found
this guy is.
Chop a few pieces off him. I only need one, but with this guy, let's just say it's personal.
Oh dear. I don't think he'll stand for that.
You make a
Everyone
good
has
point,
breaking
Notex.
point.
In what
Mamushi
situation do you
Heika
ever
certainly
stand this
did.
close to someone
Nonsense.
in conversation?
She would never betray me.
Betray
Come on,
him?
man.
So, you're...
No, it's not possible.
At least like
There's no point
Oblivion
in
zooms
secrecy any
in, you
longer.
know?
My
This
goodwill
is
attempts have been totally
too
undermined by my
personal.
misbegotten offspring.
What?
What does a god want with a Yakuza boss anyway?
I needed something, she needed something.
Oh, I remember.
want to rub
now.
off the
You
water
provided
on the
muscle to
camera,
keep
but
her
I
in
can't.
power, and she let you
That should be a
violate her
mechanic in
daughter.
this game. Just
Cute.
I wouldn't
Wipe the
expect
camera.
you to understand.
Oh no, I get it. Power for sex. Oldest arrangement in the book. And hey, you even got a kid out of the bargain.
She is no concern of yours.
Well, I hate to break this to you, but Daddy's little girl is all grown up, and she's not your biggest fan.
Feelings of the half-breed are of no consequence to me.
I'll kill him. I'll kill him dead.
When you coming back, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll have a good time then. Dad, you know we'll have a good time then. Ah, gets me every time.
I'm
So that
glad
song
you amuse
exists
yourself so. The rest of the world
here.
laughs at you. Why shouldn't you join in?
I'll take laughing stock over rapist any day.
It was a business
the cat's in the
arrangement.
cradle. Cannon.
Keep digging, buddy. There's a pony down there somewhere.
If you've thrown in your lot with my sister, there's nothing I can do for you. She is as duplicitous as she is asinine. Oh, and I'm terribly sorry, but I can't spare any body parts today, Lo Wang. But be sure to come see me after my dear sister hangs you out to dry. I do so enjoy a good laugh. I'll be in Mamushi Heika's old office above the laundry.
There goes the neighborhood.
Anticlimactic.
And just so you know, I do take starch in my shirts, but not too much. Makes me itchy. Have a nice day, dick face.
It's a good insult for a demon. Dick face. I was stuck between playing this game and Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. And I feel like I'd get the same experience either way. This really awkward mocap over cringe dialogue. Like, yeah, it's about the same game.
Well, that explains a lot.
Yeah, like why Mamushi Heika sent us on that bullshit errand where we accidentally met him.
And why I felt like a freak my whole life.
Well, I'm glad it was edifying for you, Dr. Fascinating. Remind me not to rent you space in my head again. I've had enough of your screwed up family.
Oh, and I suppose your family was better?
I've been on my own
Just
since
gonna
I
wait
was
for this
5
bickering
years
to
old.
end.
I barely remember them.
I've spent 3 years with mine and I can't forget a moment.
Wait a second. You...
I meant 23?
No, wait, that's impossible. The collision was 5 years ago, and Mezu couldn't have met your mom before. Oh my god. Seriously? You're 3 years old. I have a 3-year-old running around inside my head.
A 3-year-old half-demon.
Oh, how reassuring. Let's go see your auntie. Maybe
A lot
she'll
of
be
chat
able to add
members
some
getting
kind of
locked up
toxic
today.
cherry to this shit Sunday.
She's 3 years old.
My bravest warrior, you have returned to me.
Could
I
you
have
be a little more
questions.
smarmy?
Shut up. I'm afraid I don't have good news.
Frustration is just the universe tickling your belly.
I didn't get the hand.
You are alive, though. Where there is breath, there is hope.
Where there is breath, there are bullshit feel-good platitudes.
Have I done something to anger you?
No more than anyone else who
Where's
almost
that
gets
dress?
me killed.
Oh, the Oyabun gave you trouble then.
Only insofar as he's an immortal
I'm on
demon
medium
lord.
settings if you wonder why it looks so
Oyabun is
Play-Doh.
So it is.
Mezu. Wait, you knew?
That two-faced, conniving little...
It was obvious from the way he conducted his affairs. Let's just say it had my brother's aroma.
So why did you... Oh, you were trying to kill me! Figures.
Oh no, I never meant to harm you, my noble champion.
Well, you got a funny way of showing it.
I was, however, trying to kill her.
Her.
Your little hitchhiker?
Comical.
Indeed.
And me dying in the process was...
A regrettable side effect. I feel absolutely dreadful about
At least she's like just telling me this.
But it seems I
appreciate the
underestimated
Disney
you. You chose
monologue
the path
villain.
of non-violence.
As did your brother.
No matter. I had hoped to keep my conscience clean on this, but desperate times call for violent deaths. Gozu,
It's not a villain
Yes,
without a reversed
Can
reverb
you please
effect
kill
under
this
the
man
voice.
for me?
Yes, mistress.
Oh, there's a good boy. Goodbye, Lo Wang. Do try to stay dead this time.
Hey! Wait! I was... Just a heads up. When I get out of here, I'm planning on destroying your entire family.
I will hold your coat.
So this is happening. Those mannequins finally got use, I guess. I get what they're going for with the story. It feels like they took such a roundabout way of introducing these characters. I'm not super invested in most of them. Like, I want to be invested in the princess, but I still don't really know who she is. So there's a demon guy and this queen lady, and they had this girl who's in my head. But they wanted to kill her because they don't really care about her. What was the incentive to killing her? I already forgot. They just said it, and I've already forgotten why they wanted to kill her. And what was Lo Wang doing before all this? I don't remember.
Feels good.
I feel like if you can't summarize your story in 5 bullet points, to some degree, it's probably not in its best form. Let's see if I can change some weapons out mid-combat, since I'm just out of ammo. Did I already found a new rocket launcher. Also, I'm just gonna say it, a little too much screen shake in this game. Just a little too much. Now I'm curious how this... I'm sure it came out after Doom 2016. But if they both came out the same year, you would think they don't have that much time to sort of take inspiration. I mean, I guess there's a lot of other Doom games, but I don't know, it just feels like a lot of, it feels like a lot of points were taken, lifted from it.
Oh, man, yeah!
Like, this is a good weapon, but I just don't want to use it because I can't see. I'm going to use the inferior shotgun. I swear I just heard the FNAF music box sound effect.
Here goes the boomstick!
I swear. And I still can't use this. Fantastic. Worth a shot. Thanks to Kimmy. How'd you do?
What the hell is this?
It's sealed with some kind of chi power.
So, unseal it.
What do you think I am, some kind of genie?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're just the daughter of an immortal being from another realm. Didn't mean to overestimate you.
I might be able to disrupt
good
it,
one.
but I'd need a way to focus.
Ever try a coffee enema? They're quite invigorating.
Find me
Enema?
something to channel my chi through.
I'll try. Should I also put the kettle on just in case?
Oh, come on,
your
game.
uncle wasn't
Come
too
on,
shabby.
video
Chi
game.
Magic. You think his sword could help?
I don't see too many other options right now, do you?
Hey, you don't think any part of his energy might still be in this thing,
You only
do
take the
Oh,
sword when the
you mean
game
like maybe your old
necessitates
friend
the
could
sword to be
magically but
taken.
heartbreakingly speak to you from across the grave?
You think?
Wait, shh.
What?
Listen.
I'm saving the stream animation for the VTuber
sound
era.
Of gullibility.
Whoa. Something's happening with this sword.
I know. I'm focusing my chi through it. Hold it out.
Okay, there. You... Whoa! Thanks, old buddy. You and your niece make a pretty good team.
Huh?
Nothing.
Oh shit, that was a callback, wasn't it? This was an ability in the first game. This is why I was confused with the statues you're supposed to charge hit. Nice. Good to find the Keyblade. I wanted to say, because someone was making the joke about my streams being animated. It's not totally relevant, but I got a friend that plays VR chat a lot, and he's egging me to play it more. So I'm looking into getting the Bommy avatar suited up for it. The Bommy model suited up for a VR chat avatar. So maybe if I get like really desperate, I'll just do a VR chat stream. Like, you know those VR chat people who just stand in an empty room and look at the screen? I'll just stand in front of it and record myself mocapping the Bommy model. Just rigging. Well, so I need to get it commissioned, but I want, like... You know how, like, the clothing moves in my videos? Where, like, the back of the hat and the sleeves? You can do jiggle bones in VR chat, so it wouldn't be that hard to set up. I could probably have fun stuff. Just to clarify, I'm joking about this. I'm not actually trying to make content out of it. But I
Weird.
do want to make...
What?
I do want to play
when we got out
VR
of that
chat.
room, we'd be able to teleport,
Just on my own
but
time.
I still can't feel the
Wouldn't hurt
statues.
to have a
It's like
custom
something's
avatar.
jamming me.
Huh. Could it be those two giant sparkly towers?
Maybe.
I should probably destroy them, just in case.
Can I upgrade it? I can. Nothing super useful here. HP after kill. I just want to like raise the damage just so I'm not swinging quite as much.
Looks like this isn't your day.
I guess I could just steal an upgrade. I didn't think of that.
Feel lucky, chump?
Oh, if only I could dual wield this. Damage and crit chance. I don't have any thing super standout is the thing. Oh, I guess I could like maybe try to get the crit bonus up to like 80% or something. %35 chance. Raise that up to 45. I don't know if I can put it from anything, so I gotta look around. It'd be cool if I had another 35% crit chance. I could lower the miss rate. Eh. Critical damage bonus. What a higher miss rate. It's tempting. I don't think I can put this on a sword. Miss rate plus 300. What the fuck? Does miss rate even apply on a sword? I feel like that's just a projectile thing. Let's see. Oh yeah, the miss rate doesn't even apply, so it's only direct upgrades. Okay, so last thing to change. I'll just see what I got, I guess. Crit damage bonus. Damn. I'd rather have like 70% crit chance than 200% crit damage. I don't think I have another one of those, though. I guess I'm just going with the crit damage. So 35% crit chance. I'm not reading the numbers. I'm happy with this. It hit hard when it hit good.
There we go. One tower rubberized.
Is that even a verb?
It is now.
That definitely changed the interference patterns. If you break the other one, I might be able to get us out of here.
Destroying things is how I assuage my crippling fear of impotence.
That's awfully insightful of you.
I just figured I'd beat you to it.
Hop, hop, hop.
I love the smell of demon guts in the morning.
Yeah, this was worth it. When the crit lands, they just lose 70% of their health.
Goes the tower. How's the weather now?
Sunny skies, we are cleared for takeoff.
Let's go storm some demon butts.
Hey, those are my people.
Everyone's somebody's people. It's their fault if they get in my way.
Except for that one
I hate
turtle
to do
who's
it,
the last
but
of his
we need to go see
species.
your
He's
pop.
not anybody's
There has
people.
to be another way.
I don't like dealing with him any more than you do. Smith is dead, Gozu hates me, and Amiono is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. You know anyone else that can put your soul back in your body?
He'll find a way to make it about him.
You guys can have your paper moon moment on your own time, okay? You got a broken shell of a life to get back to. Mezu, you may be a supernatural pervert, but you had your sister's number.
She tried to kill you? What a surprise.
Not the first woman to put a hit out on me.
And you've come crawling back to ask my forgiveness.
Not exactly. More like a favor.
Why would I do anything for you?
I think we can help each other out.
Go on.
I have information about Kamiko.
I have seen her. In the forest, drinking from the dark pools. Corrupted beyond all recognition.
And why did you father her in the first place?
The gates must be resealed. I used Amiona before, but she has proven infirm.
Yeah, try psychotic.
I am made of sterner stuff. I wanted the seal to endure this time, so I planned to fashion it from something which sprang from me instead. It was all for naught, though. Kamiko is beyond hope.
I need a
Tell him.
notepad and paper to follow
Do
this.
it. Tell him I'm here.
You know, that's just her
So
body.
this is her uncle.
Soul is intact.
What? Where is
I
she?
think.
Right here.
Your mouth was making those nonsensical sounds again. Can you do something about that?
She's in my head, dickwad.
What? I don't think...
He's talking like it's his daughter.
Yes.
But he was talking about his sister,
Better
who I
yet,
thought
I
was
have
her
a serum
mom,
that will reverse
but I
the
guess her
damage
mom
to
is her
body.
aunt, and this is
If we can
her
administer
her
it, it will
father.
put her soul back.
Ow.
Mr.
Ow.
Wang, I believe
My
we
head.
have an understanding. And hello, Kamiko. It's good to finally meet you, even if it is through this lesser creature.
Fuck you very much, you miserable piece of shit. I oughta.
No, it's her
Yeah,
dad.
she's very touched. Let's get to work.
I know it now. Chainsaw. Or a sawed-off shotgun. I mean, I already have the sword. Doesn't, like, let me check my current stats. It's not... A shotgun doesn't sound that interesting. Crit chance. 20% crit chance, though. I mean, Nah.
I have dispatched scouts across.
I bet you did. Stop some priests. And that's the story mission. Stop some priests. Oh man. Felt like at least like at the beginning of this game they were trying to guide me to some sort of story. It's like I sit here talking to her dad and they have this very personal encounter and it ends with, "Go kill 7 priests at the top of the hill and then come back to me." Like one of them just got off of playing Final Fantasy 14 for 20 hours and they're like, "Let's make a game." It's not an MMO, but it is. It's an MMO. How do you change what sublayer an object is on? I'm not sure. I would imagine you highlight it and drag it to a new layer. But I'm still learning the program, so you probably just gotta figure it out.
Bob fucking Zai, you ugly son of a bitch!
Dark. Uh-oh. Sometimes it just does a spin attack when I ask it to do a skewer. Game is so much more messy than the first. That I know for sure. Tongue inflate. Yeah, I'm fresh out of the shower, so the hair is nice and puffy. Not curly, but puffy. God, what the fuck is this geometry? really starting to feel this movement system a bit more. Did you guys know that Weezer had a cruise liner? They used to like do cruise tours all the time. You could probably guess why they stopped. Could you imagine being stuck on a boat with Weezer? I would use Rivers Cuomo as a paddle. Uh-oh. He thinks I went the wrong way. Yeah, the game loves doing this. Like, go this way, figure out how yourself. And for reference, these are levels I've been on before, under different circumstances. But it does not get any easier to traverse. Oh no.
Where'd she find this guy? Hey, Sparky.
And my dad's nickname for me is Sparky. I don't know why. It's probably just like a boomer thing. He calls me like Sparky a lot. Which, fun fact, Funk with an E is spark in German. Just a totally irrelevant fact.
Ooh, refreshing.
I'm gonna go back to the rocket launcher if I can. Oh, I killed it. It's so hard to tell. Some of you might remember there was a time where I tried to change my name to Funk with an I. Like FUNKe, FUNKe. It lasted for like a week. Then I was like, nah, I don't want to do that.
Lo Wang, you accomplished something without destroying the universe. How wonderful.
Oh, Mezu, you're in such a good mood. Did you just come from strangling some kittens?
I'm afraid I have exhausted my stash. Right now, I'm just high on life.
I've always
If we're
wanted
still
one of
calling it
these
Hey, tell me something.
Japanese
What's behind those gates
dividers.
anyway? Why do we need to seal them up?
that. It is impossible to describe.
But
in
they're
human
expensive.
language.
Those things, like
In
a good
simplistic
one,
terms, it is
man. You would
the
not think they
shadow
cost
of
like
reality.
$400,
The
but they do.
opposite of everything known. All that is unseen.
And
You
what
get a cheap one,
happens
but
if
it's
the
not
gates
big.
open?
It doesn't actually
Our
divide
worlds will be
anything.
sucked
It
together,
just splinters.
bound forever in a chaotic morass. A world without meaning, devoid of shadow and light.
And Amiona's been keeping them apart single-handed? No wonder she went a little nuts.
She was an unfit vessel. She was always the weakest of us.
I love that you're not afraid to be nurturing.
It is almost time. You should get your affairs in order, such as they are. Take care of any unfinished business and then meet me back here. Once we
Okay,
begin
that's all I
this,
need to hear.
There will be.
Oh, wow. A sharpshooter.
Zing has agreed to help us locate Kamiko's body. But he is in a...
The Shogun. Better than my old shotgun. Probably. Damage radius. Yeah, I can go with that. But can I actually swing this thing? Or is the axe part just there? Yep, it's just there. So the reason I wanted a divider is
Nothing like a fresh clip.
there's actually like a psychology to sleeping where you work. And back when my computer was by my bed, like I could kind of tell it stressed me out seeing my workspace from where I sleep. And I thought like throwing a divider up would help my mental health. But I never got one. And now my bed's in a separate room, so I don't have to worry about that. You could finish more side missions to collect new equipment. Wow. Okay. The game thinks I'm understacked. Noted. Alright, I'll do a side quest or two. Might as well. They're all one skill point, basically. Decreases penalties for dying. Oh, a power gauntlet. I'll take it. So, with these quests, I can only take one at a time because they're a bounty. So I kind of have to decide which of these to take right now. I'm looking at the weapons. I don't know what a power gauntlet is, but there's a couple listed. Ontakuma, shared pain. Part of the damage from effects is spread. Assault rifle. I'll get a gauntlet first. I might have enough for a minigun. $22. Yeah. Alright. Want to get some bitches on your wang. I don't know where the minigun is. Here. Alright. Peep that bad boy. Do you even need to reload a minigun? That might be pointless. Yep, you do. Ho ho! Time to go get that power gauntlet. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the hit YouTube channel Ahoy. How many channel points to see the third nipple? I don't know how many channel points will counteract getting Twitch banned. I feel like I could show it if I did like a pool stream or a hot tub stream. But I'm still worried I'll get in trouble if I just flash my nipple at the webcam. I feel like that doesn't... It's not appropriate timing or context. Oh, you did remind me of something though. So, there's a channel points thing where people can, like, I guess funnel their money together to try and get, a community challenge. I have one called The Voices They Beckon. I'll launch it now for, like, 50K. So there's a channel points community goal where if you hit it, I'll turn on the voice TTS. Where every chat message gets read out loud by a TTS. For like a minute or two. That's now open if you want to pull your points together. 50k is nothing? Yeah, but I don't really have a baseline. I don't know what to expect. I figure there's a lot of people with a lot of points. I will adjust it as necessary. I've just never really done the cool thing. Good weapon. Also, this level is a big step up on the visuals. IMO.
Nothing like a fresh clip.
Noise. Thanks for the sub, Kenny. The snow's falling just really slowly. You guys are... I'm gonna have to raise the Weezer reference. These are too frequent. I'm running out of things, and I'm starting to feel bad about talking about them. Did you guys know that Daniel Brumel of Ozma and Rivers Cuomo made like 20 demos together during the Eobite era? And they're all like... So recently, Rivers Cuomo, he made a documentation of all of his song demos on a website, but you had to pay to get access. But someone re-uploaded them all to YouTube, so you can hear all of these old Weezer demos on YouTube, but they're really obscure. And like 15 of them have, actually no, it was Daniel Brumel and Ryan Siegler. Two of the Ozma guys. Really, the two brain children of Ozma. I listened to them. None of the songs are that great. You can definitely tell when Ozma is writing. And you can tell when Rivers is writing the lyrics because they're not that good. They're not bad, but they're very... They sound like they were generated by an algorithm. Which, funnily enough, I think Rivers actually does basically generate some of his lyrics. So he writes out, like, verses himself, but he puts them all in a database. And then he uses the database to, like, just document them. And when he needs a lyric, he goes into it, and he... I know that he likes to kick around coming up with algorithms and stuff, and I think... I might be talking out of my ass, but I get the feeling Rivers Cuomo has, like... set up his spreadsheet to sort of randomly mix together lyrics to try and create like a full verse. I don't have evidence, but I'm convinced that's what he does. Because it literally sounds like something he would do.
Hey, not in the face.
I don't get points on my channel, so I can't donate. And even if I could, I wouldn't. Boomer! Oh. Oh, it's a tumor. Sorry. Get me away from here. Shadow Warrior is well produced, which I feel like is a distinct answer, and not that it's good. It's well produced.
Making you dead makes me feel so alive.
I think the third one can be really good. Ow. This game has good combat and good environments, but like that's kind of the extent of it, you know?
Nothing like
Like they don't really go, they don't go the extra mile on the story presentation. I'm trying to like find some high ground. Is it hit? It doesn't actually display in my chat. It happened? Okay. Let me kill this frosty giant and I will... Watch. I have to put like a thing on screen. So the community channel goal has been met, fortunately. So for the next few minutes, whenever I get
I have
annoyed-
no TDS and I must scream. Amigus. Fresh ammo, nothing like it. FUNKe is about to be banned. Fortunately. Jeff
I can turn it down.
Bezos. This shooter sure is movement. Have a great day today and an even better on tomorrow. Hey FUNKe, do you think Fall Guys SS a movement
It's not
shooter?
sub only, and I will regret
Is
that.
Mommy the only canon character?
For now, yes.
Hey
No, the
FUNKe,
bunny's
have you heard
canon.
of Updog?
The pets are canon.
L plus ratio.
No.
:3. Maginonico. Oh boy. Free from the shackles of
so I
text.
can teleport back now.
Oh yeah, I'm alive. I crave flesh.
You're an amalgamation of
AEIOU,
200
AEIOU,
people talking.
AEIOU.
Not alive.
Hee poo.
Shut up.
We are the voices. We beckon. AEIOU. Bluetooth mode.
As one does.
This
So I don't.
Bonvo plush looking fresh.
I don't know what a gauntlet is. I gotta
Freddy
figure that out.
Fazbear. 50k channel points pog.
Oh my god.
Tuesday.
It's a chainsaw.
Weezer is for geezer.
True.
777-7777.
Yeah.
This is such a bad idea.
It's always is.
Oh great heavens.
But it gets
is
rid of channel
almost out
points.
of touch Thursday. Do you have any River Cuomo fantasies?
No.
California Snow is a good song.
It's not.
1738 I. FUNKe, thank you for all the content.
Like a Bioshock weapon.
5 Freddy's.
You're welcome.
Look behind you.
5 Freddy's?
Based and cringe are two sides of the same coin.
You're correct.
Holla holla get dollar. FUNKe, since I kinda help pay the bills, do I have a place to crash if I need?
No.
Scrumpy.
I don't even have a place for you to
Favorite
crash.
non-Weezer album. Hey FUNKe. Would
Non-Weezer
you mind
album.
manually
Chump Free
breathing
by
for
Feed Me Jack.
_ no _ okay.
Let me get the assault rifle.
Cringe bro. These nuts.
It's funny.
Do not deny me. Blood for the blood god. Bruh. Who was character in plush promo? I am now a Fortnite
scout?
YouTuber. Please
It's
give me
complicated.
V-Bucks chat. AEIOU. Flesh. I just did my daily jack-off smiling face to my imposter
I don't need to know
body
this.
pillow.
I don't need to know this.
It is time to achieve the comedy. Alexa, play Among Us Trap Remix.
That's
Russian
not out.
fishing for best game. Boom goes the boomstick. A Pokemon game being good. Crazy.
What,
Fun
have you
for
never
like what
played
the next guy
Crystal
says.
or Oris? Have you never played
The machine
Oris, bro?
God speaks. Skidocore memes are the best. It's
Uh,
Wednesday, my dudes.
I wouldn't.
Weezer. I barely knew her. Where do I mail a USB of footage of me torturing the plush when it arrives?
You don't. You keep that to
Fall
yourself.
into the chaos of chat. Oh, is this how it works? Hello Funk and chat, how are you? Hog Adam.
I'm well.
Do you think we'll get another Titanfall game?
Not in the next 5 years. I think they will do something for it in
Funk,
like
what's
6
your
years.
McDonald's order?
Not soon though.
A Bluetooth device is connected successfully. Funkle my Funkalettes. Go to Blighttown.
I'm here,
Join
I
with
think.
US. LOL, this is great. Now we can annoy Funk for an indefinite amount of time.
Trust me, it gets old. It does get old.
I'm funny, right? Good stream. Did you know that Vaporeon is the most cool? Go left here.
Okay.
What is your favorite plush? Skulls for the Skull Throne. Awooga. It is the funny Scout
I just
Man.
killed Elite Guard. I don't have to go anywhere. I can just kill stuff.
Compilation. Exclamation point speak. Funk, I hope you're doing well amidst the end of the world.
It seems like we're recovering, generally.
Skull Throne. The text-to-speech is like 2 minutes behind and it'll only get worse.
I can update it.
I need to take a
I'll
shit.
refresh it. It'll skip a bunch. I love how people are... I saw the number of viewers drop. It's okay. I deserve it for even allowing this to happen. Alright. I refreshed it.
Do I get anything if I can punt a bomb by plush 30 yards? I am the end.
Prove it first and we'll decide later.
On Crisis 4. Hello world. Why did the chicken cross the road? To stop in the middle and accept his fate.
That's...
The color red.
Sounds like the turtles around where I live.
To have you seen the last part of Attack on Titan final season?
I've read the whole thing, and what a shit show.
Kill me please Funky, kill me. Good God, when the roast beast hits. NNN. 192.168.2.1. I'm pissing on the moon. Who was character in plush promo?
The Scout.
Smile face.
So, there is a setting on the website to make every person's voice different, but it's not working for some reason. So you're all the same monotone guy.
Funk, what is your McDonald's order?
I don't.
Is this Monster Hunter mixed
I don't know. Black coffee?
Copy pasting this LOL. Have you heard of Acid Spot?
No.
It's an incredible little indie movement shooter.
Acid Spot.
Like fighting games. Opinions
I like
on
platform fighters. I'm not super into conventional. I want to, but I'm not.
Ooh, I'm so white for annoying you. Say yo. I am sentient. Let me out.
You're not sanctioned.
Hoodies.
This is a very unsanctioned stream.
How do you feel about Shadow Warrior 3 and new Serious Sam?
I haven't played Shadow Warrior. I think the Warrior 3 will be good. I haven't played Serious Sam.
Why am I alive?
You're confusing me.
Are you going to play Inscription
and scaring me
again? It's me.
I'll think about it.
Mono no god.
Mommy's
Skylanders crossover. The Fitnessgram trademark pacer test is a multi-stage.
If I could make this my TTS voice, I would. I've tried.
Imagine not putting a cap on the length of messages. That could go wrong fast. LOL.
I can turn it off manually. It doesn't only read out forever.
I wish I wasn't destined to speak Funk's chat for the rest of eternity. Please put me out of my...
Well, since you asked.
Ever heard of Lisa the Painful?
No, but I've been Lisa the Painful these last 2 minutes. So, unfortunately, there's not a way to slow it down. If I could make it talk like every minute and not non-stop, I might do that more often. But it literally does not shut up.
Not the ugliest thing I've killed today.
Defeat the Elite Guardian. I thought I wanted a thing, but... I thought I wanted anything killed. But these are not elites. I mean, it's more accurate to Twitch chat when it speaks non-stop, because it just never shuts up. But it's a little much. Make it a channel points reward. Well, that's why it turned on. There was a cumulative 50K goal that got hit. That's why I turned it on. I do not want anyone to be able to turn that on, though. I have to, like, start it. I thought this power gauntlet would be cooler. I thought I'd be using, like, the Nintendo Power Glove to punch people. This is just a potato launcher. And I still don't know what it wants because the door's locked. Oh, like let users pay TTS for one? Well, the thing is I don't know how to set that up. But yeah, if I can figure it out, sure. Yeah, there is a way to do that. It's called having TTS for, like, donations. I let people do it without paying money. That's the real problem. When you have to pay money, you think a little harder about what you say. Yeah, let me know what you know about that. Check it out, Big Brain. I'm gonna jump over the checkpoint. Fuck you. Fuck you.
You're not the ugliest thing I've killed today.
It's just telling me to go here. I can't go here, man. The door. So, I know the game wants me to kill something that drops a key, but it won't tell me what has the key. And it keeps fucking doing a flip every time I land. The mission's broken. Oh boy. That sucks. But I believe you. I guess I'm not getting that assault rifle. I'm going to limit the schizophrenia TTS to, you know, pretty rare. For my own health. Oh, great. I'm here again. I don't... Can I just teleport? Alright. Whatever, I have the minigun anyways. I don't need anything else. I appreciate you letting me know. Oh, that's a nice looking gun. The bone. That's subtle. I guess I'm ready to take on the mission. Like, it's gonna tell me I'm not, but... Might as well get this out of the way, right? 10 SP. How much do I have? 9. Oh, awesome. I just figure it's good to get these upgrades out of the way early, but I think I already have everything set. Yeah, I'm just gonna go. Can always teleport back if I need to, right? Did you name it Bomb Me because of that short name change to FUNKe? Well, I just named it Bomb Me because I figured FUNKe, Bomb E. It just sort of works. Originally, it was BOMMY. But I'm like, oh, I can do a funny capital text thing with it. I don't know. I haven't seen his birth certificate, so who knows how it's spelled. bleep, 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 bleep. So this is where the game gets real ghost runny. Do I listen to music while I edit? Not usually. It kind of distracts me from the audio. A big part of video editing for me is timing on the jokes, which requires a lot of audio listening. Plus, I have to, like, if I breathe too loudly, I gotta cut it out. If I take a pause for too long, I gotta cut it. I just can't really afford to listen to music. I'll listen to music if I'm animating or doing visual-only stuff. But I generally only listen to music when I'm, like, out for a walk, or I'm out of the house, or I'm, like, doing chores. Not usually when I'm working. I will say, because I have some nice studio speakers, just for, like, home, just for, like, music stuff. And I'll listen to music through them sometimes. I'm not a big speaker guy. Well, I'm not in... I haven't been a big speaker guy, but now that I have these, I'm using it a lot more. I did not know Ghost Runner's doing DLC. I thought they were just doing the sequel. We'll see how that plays out. I felt like the first one was too short, so I'm cool with that. I'm kind of surprised Ghost Runner sold well enough to get DLC, to be honest. Because I didn't hear anybody talk about it. Where are you telling me to go? I guess I got a lot of coverage at, like, the Game Awards and stuff. Just not something people were raving about. It's like one of those sort of organic growth games and not one of those every YouTuber plays it games. Which is for the best, I think. See, I'm having so much fun running after the arrow. Do they actually expect people to fight every one of these waves? There's no way they expect that of people. That's it. I just had to run to the key. Wow. No shame. I'm just a bunny. I'm majestic. Instead of just jumping and dashing once, jump, dash, and double jump. I forgot that there's a double jump in this game. There's a double jump in this game. Alright, I will do that. Totally forgot. Good call. Thanks, music. I try to keep the FUNKe commentaries to just when there's something I've really been processing about. As opposed to just like, I'm gonna talk about X subject today. It's usually just stuff on my mind. But I'll do more of it. Sorry, your stream's buffering, Vegetable. I don't think there's much I can do about that. Unless it's a problem for everyone, it's probably just like your end. Oh, there's like a ground pound too. Wow. That's... It's interesting they were that thoughtful about it. Not a fan of the flip, but what can you do? Would I sell Bommy to Disney, but I couldn't be involved? No. Well, what's the offer? Let's be honest. If they're offering me retirement funds for Bommy, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think I would take it. Like, hey, I'm gonna give you $4 million for your little bomb character. I'm selling that shit and I'll make a new character. It's... I've got ideas. It's another character with a turtleneck, but their head is a flask, like a magic potion, instead of a bomb. I have an entire universe in my head of characters that just have inanimate objects for heads. It's like Cuphead, but indie. But more indie.
It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that zing. What's going on, buddy?
Hello, Lowang. How's Comico faring inside that cesspool you call a brain?
I wouldn't feel good about it, but yeah, I would sell Bommy for the right price. It would have to be like... It couldn't be like $10,000 though.
I'm glad to hear it. Please treat her
Million
with
up.
care. She's the only member of my family who is worth anything.
Have you been able to locate her body?
I have, but they've been moving it daily, sometimes hourly. Let me see where they have it today. Oh dear. This does not look good.
What?
It seems Z-Corps have been alerted to your presence. You may have a fight on your hands.
Keep searching for the body. I'll take care of these guys.
Didn't see the titty. Oh. Defeat Zila Corpse. I haven't played Death's Door. I saw Iron Pineapple's videos. I dig his Souls-like Steam dumpster diving. But I haven't played it myself. There's an enemy somewhere in that fire. Kind of regretting the sword build because these enemies are not getting hit. Shotgun.
Oh, yeah!
A dash jump. All right. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I know this game's got a bit of speed to it, but I just haven't been completely utilizing it. It's a cool reload, but I think they use that on every shotgun. You know how there's like drawn to life games where you draw the character? Why hasn't there been a game where you animate it? Where you like make the reload animations and you make the character, like the enemy animations, you make the walk cycles? I feel like there's a really good meta concept in there somewhere. Like, not drawn to life, but puppeted to life. danced to life. I'd play it.
Today is a good day to die. For you.
God, how many people would just drop... They would just animate sex in the game. Like, the mission would be animate a reload animation, and it would just be an AR and a P90 fucking each other. In your hands. Speaking of, I'm not sure why there are heart icons on this damage. A little annoying how the HP bars disappear the second you look away. Ow. This should help.
Oh, hello, ammo friends. Ready to kill some fuck faces?
So when they say defeat Zilla Corpse, I hope they don't mean fight every single thing here to death. You know, maybe just take out the big honcho or something. Eat spuds. It looks like everything's highlighted to me. They just keep coming.
Oh, that's nice.
I get what the game was saying about maybe I'm under-leveled. Where are you going? Clocking in? I just need like a faster way to fucking kill him.
Meat piñatas.
Alright. Problem for another day. Handsome bomb man. Ooh. You just made my day with that. You guys want the philosophy of the day, which I just stole from a podcast I listened to from the last Duncan Trussell podcast. He was talking to David Cherkinoff. I don't think his last name's Cherkinoff. That was on accident. He had a quote which I thought was good. He said, "Life's like a grinder. It either grinds you up or it makes something beautiful out of you." Which I thought, if a bit simplistic, was a pretty thoughtful quote. But Donk, while you're here, and I appreciate the comment, I actually want to show... I want to show what I saw in fan art, which I believe you posted it, right, Badonk? So, a few days ago, somebody asked me on my Discord, what animal would Bommy be? And as a joke, I responded, mantis shrimp. And the other day, I looked in my fan art, and I saw this image. Drawn by Badonk. And someone brought up the perfect word, which is blurst. I wasn't sure if this is the worst or greatest thing I've ever seen. So, there's Bommy's spirit animal, the mantis shrimp. If you didn't want it seen, you shouldn't have posted it. Because it got burned into my memory, and now it's burned into everyone else's too. You know what they say, life's a grinder. You either get ground up or turned into a mantis shrimp. That's how the quote goes.
Hold yourself together, man.
Where am I from? Nova Scotia. My Canadian is a bit worn off. I'm joking. I'm from Georgia. The United States, Georgia. I am from the southern state. My grandma was over at our house for a few weeks just because some personal stuff happened. And I notice when I'm around my, like, southern family, my accent comes out. And I kind of talk like this when they're around. And I don't know why. It's just when you hear people talking like this around you, it kind of just kicks in. But I don't talk like that around my friends. It's way more Midwestern. I just want to fit in. We have a problem, I think. But I'll come back to that once everything's dead. Really would kill for a faster reload card right now. Which might exist. I don't see anything. So, I'm just gonna move faster. I'm looking for this last buddy, but there's like 7 levels to this room. Like, where even are you? I can see him walking around on the mini-map. But what's weird is my dad's side is from New York, but I never talk with a Queen's accent around them. It's weird, I only picked up the southern side. But the Queen's never comes out. I'm never talking like this. Yeah, I never go into a family junction and I'm talking like this. But I think I was raised more by the southern side at a young age. That's probably why. Alright, I think I'm ready for the bottom. The Queen's accent doesn't exist. Yeah, but New York has a tone. Like, they talk in a very certain way. Everybody in my family talks with, like, I don't know what to call it, a distinct accent. They don't know how to say the letter A, so it just turns into an air. They just say air when they talk. Oh, it's higher now. This game needs to make up its mind. Where do you want me to go? Let me guess, an elevator opened at the bottom and I just didn't see the entrance. Speak with Zing. I don't know where Zing is. He the laundry? No, that's Mezu. Zing? Wait, he's the head guy. Oh fuck! The head guy was there. I just left. God damn it. I thought I had to talk to Mezu. Well, I gotta find my way back to Zing then. Like, even now it's telling me to go back into that building. For what purpose? It doesn't let me see the full map, so I just don't know how to get around. I think he's in that building. Alright. I'm not making a channel points to talk like a New Yorker. I'm going to alienate every Northern Hemisphere viewer that I have. And we're gonna do the next funk study. And we're gonna, you know, figure out what we do. Bada bing, bada boom. And we're gonna go talk to Zinc. I don't know where this guy's office is. This dude always has the most back alley entrance to an office you'd ever think. And this is what it's like to live in New York, which is what I do. I definitely know what it's like to live in the big city. Is it me when the elevator? Stairs? Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember now. Me when the elevator.
Now that was invigorating. Any luck finding that body?
Yes, I'll have the location shortly.
Ask him about the gates.
Oh yeah, I've been meaning to ask you. Were you there the first time the gates were sealed? What happened?
Ah, now there's a tale. It all began 12 eons ago when...
Can you give us the 30-second version?
You mortals have no attention spans.
We like have to go and save the world and stuff.
Saw that eye twitch.
All energy in the Shadow Realm is derived from the chaotic forces of the Void. But, unadulterated, those forces subsume us to their primordial flux. That is why Enra launched our war against the forces of chaos, to wrest back control. The battle raged for centuries until my armies prevailed, pushing chaos into abeyance. Hoji then constructed a powerful set of enchanted gates to contain them. And Mezu sealed them.
Oh my god, that is so much text. I just looked.
That was powerful enough.
Worst mistake of my life.
Amiona's soul.
Probably smells worse.
The trouble was, we still needed the energy from beyond the gates to power our world. But now it had to flow through Amiona, put an immense strain on her. Hence the tears.
Show don't tell.
Yes. It's shocking to think about it now. Might have worked had we been...
Yep. Wow, I have to do the next thing. Awesome. I will definitely do that. I did. You know what this just reminded me of? The Sonic Adventure 2 story mode. That's what this interface reminds me of. It took a little bit to kick in. I warned you about the spoilers. You spoiled yourself. I can't even afford all ammo. Ooh. I do have the minigun, but it drains very quickly, so I'm trying to be cautious about it. So I'll take your advice, because I'm being told there's a tanky boss and it might not be wise to run right at it. See if I can pick up some other useful stuff. It'd be nice to just hover over and see the reward. In the face of inedible death. I'm just seeing if any of them come with a weapon or something useful. I don't really see anything. Get rid of the demons that formed a deadly group called the Infernals. According to the game's menu, I'm like 55% through the game, but I don't know if it's counting all of the side quests as part of the percentage. Why would demons form a biker gang? Have you never watched Hell Rider? Pretty self-explanatory. My name is pronounced FUNKe. FUNKe. It's pronounced like there are two dots over the U. FUNKe. Oh, it's the Infernals. Nice. I'm outsies. Maybe there is headshots.
Well, what do you know? Bigger really is better.
This might be like an actually pretty easy quest. It seems like I'm literally shredding through it. Ooh, oh, you saved my life with that advice. Oh, wow. Ooh. This hop also makes traversing way faster. I can't see. Actually, I have a remedy for that. It's so, like, evident how much faster the minigun is. And I can't get a headshot. He's just stuffing his body into that rock. No bunny. Bad bunny. Bad bunny. Okay. Whew. Yeah, I don't think I'm beating the next boss for a couple missions. There's so much shit everywhere. I wanted to get up here and just rocket launch them, but it was completely blocked off. I appreciate that their health doesn't reset.
Today is a good day to die.
For you. The game's growing on me now that I understand some of its tricks more. Makes me wonder if these were intentional things they expect everyone to figure out, or if it's just sort of like a cool if you know. Because this would be way, way less fun for someone playing on a controller with no concept of b-hopping. I feel like I'm playing Destiny 2 sometimes. And not in a good way. Not in a bad way, but just, you know. If you know, you know. Now this is movement I wanted in Destiny 2, I'll tell you that. There's another power gauntlet I might as well grab. Get rid of the demons. Oh, the Toxic Avengers. Is this game getting a video? It's not off the table. I think maybe like a full funk study of the Shadow Warrior series is plausible. I don't know if I would want to wait for the third to come out to make that video, or if maybe I would release this ahead of the third one coming out. I feel like I would want to wait, just because it's so close. And I'm not someone to like do sequel videos. Like I'm not gonna do a part 1, part 2, part 3, you know? I'm gonna knock them all out at once. Or I'll split it into 2 parts. But yeah, maybe. It depends on how the third one is, if it's good. I forgot to buy ammo. Hell yeah, Shinos. Yeah, I'm really comfortable with the format for my videos right now. I'm glad people dig the animations. Aren't specters also an enemy in Destiny 2? So this comparison is getting more and more accurate. Yeah, my suggestion for the sequel cooldown with the cinematography. Kind of overdoing it. I don't play MMOs anymore. I used to be obsessed with RuneScape. Played New World, bit of Warcraft. And I always always felt like they were all just kind of burning my time away. Like I was just watching the candle reach its wick. Or lose its wick. With nothing out of it. I feel like this movement would be so much more cool with, like, platforms to land on, you know? Throw in a couple flying enemies and platforms to stand up on top of. Instead, it's just really awkward, flat ground. This is such a video game. Four down, 2 to go. I hope that there is not more of this in the future game. Really feels like I'm grocery shopping right now. Soiba, I actually did a funk study on World of Horror on my second channel. I think it's a fantastic game. Yeah, I put 40 hours into it. I'm sad that I can't play it more. I've just seen so much of the content.
Mess with the ball, you get the way.
Have I improved as a gamer? I like to think so. I'm definitely not the competitive fragger I used to be. But I do not get brain locked quite as much. Tend to keep a forward motion in my playthroughs. Let's see where my levels are at. Turns one into an unstoppable killing machine. I guess raising the ultimate wouldn't be a bad idea, especially for a boss fight. Like, I don't need the spin. Damage resist? Max HP. I want to maximize my damage output. I'm not as worried about survival right now. Deadly projectile piercing anything in its way. I don't know what that means. Force. Oh, the force slash. I'm just split it up. Damage of attacks on. Yeah, okay. Can work with that. Heavy firearm damage. 30%. Yeah. I'm willing to trade off my chi for more just output. Might even be able to counteract it. Yeah, brother. Love me some blues rock. Oh, wow. This is, like, way worse than the chill factor, it sounds like. That might just be because of my upgrades. I don't know where to find the thing that I intently bought to use. So I got like the plus 30 damage to... Fuck this, dude. Why, it's such a fucking headache to find what I just bought. I wanted to upgrade the damage of my heavy weapon by 30%. But I can't tell if that's an upgrade to my armor. Or this. Heavy firearms damage. That's what I want. And I'll just see if I can get 140. Damn. Gonna make it a Doom sword. It gives me HP and ammo. Alright. I'm gonna see how I fare. Because I don't feel like sidetracking anymore. Violent takeover.
Imagine a world where engines run so silently you can hear butterflies.
Oh, what a lovely day. First I find out that the family I never knew I had are a pack of egomaniacal supernatural lunatics. Now I get to go see the boss who betrayed me and killed
That's just
my
family.
master.
Self-pity is a mog's game. We have work to do.
He screwed you over too, you know.
Sure, but Zilla's a businessman. He's predictable. I can work with that. Lono is a whole different...
Oh no, I gotta kill everything. I can't even hear the dialogue.
Zilla has been conducting biological experiments on humans. On me. He's a monster.
Yeah, but I'm not a monster.
Oh, that's comforting.
Hey, it's the little things, right? Well, what do you know? Bigger really is better.
Did you guys hear that Jeff Bezos contracted tetanus? It's not true. I just wanted to give you guys, like... I just wanted to put you in a good mood for, like, 3 seconds. Everyone deserves to be happy at least one moment of the day.
Mess with the bull, you get away.
What was... I got so mad. I saw an advertisement the other day. I was just watching a YouTube video on my phone. And out of nowhere, this jackoff appears on my screen advertising what he described as, what did he call it? A pay-to-earn video game on the metaverse. That was like the phrasing he used. He's like, Like, get ready for this new game on the metaverse where you can buy one of 17 tractors, which are all wholly unique with original effects, and you buy it with real money. And then they fight other tractors on the metaverse to make money or something. And I think my blood pressure went up. I actually have a blood pressure checker, and I checked it, and it was 700. It just made me really mad. I don't know why. I know why. I didn't need that today. That was like the worst conversation I've had. My mom asked me, she's like, do you know anything about the metaverse? I've been thinking of investing in it. And I turned that conversation into an intervention. I'm like, Mom, for God's sake, just download Second Life. You don't need to have a fucking house right next to Snoop Dogg in the metaverse. It's not worth it. I guess it would be operant conditioning for channel points. I did Pavlovian because Pavlovian is a trained condition. So like you ring the bell and it... So the reason I named it Pavlovian conditioning is you ring the bell as you feed the dog. Eventually the dogs will salivate even if there's no food, but they hear a bell. So likewise, whenever you're active in my chat, you get a little notifier that you earn channel points. So you hit the button and you get like 500 of them. And that wires your brain to be like, I guess it is operant conditioning. I was thinking about how you associate the notification of getting points with a positive behavior. Not getting food, but getting a reward. But I guess, yeah. I feel like less people know what operant conditioning is. Also, YouTube announced that they're interested in investing in NFTs. Or of launching NFTs, I should say.
More killing? Well, okay.
Because every 3 months they feel a need to one-up themselves. One down themselves. Here's my RL. If you see me hitting my face against a wall, it's because I'm trying to do like a Doom climb, and it just doesn't. Not a Doom climb, like a Genji climb. You want to know how NFTs are a scam? Because rich people are actively investing in it. Not investing in it, they're laundering in it. Just like real art. Well, real art trade, not real art.
Unless you call Zing and have him open the door.
Unless I do that indeed. Hey, Zing.
You Wang.
Hey, that's my line.
Good artist borrow, great artist steal.
Hey, can you give me a hand getting in the building here? I left my key in my other pants.
You have other mail.
Fortune cookie.
Okay.
That I can't read.
Just one move. There.
Thanks, buddy. You always keep me ahead of the game.
You were lucky I have a sense of humor.
Let us toast to animal pleasures, to escapism, to rain on the roof, and instant coffee. To unemployment insurance and library cards. To absinthe and good-hearted landlords. To music and warm bodies and contraceptives. So says the fortune cookie.
Oh, yeah! Oh, look! There you are!
Do you have any idea how weird it is to see myself like this?
As a 30-foot-tall monstrosity, I'm actually a little jealous.
Come on, there's no time to lose. The only way in there is through Zilla's office. We'll need a keycard.
You been there before?
This is my old stomping ground, sweetie. Oh crap, that sounded
Source
like
filmmaker.
you, didn't it?
It kinda did. Never.
That's
do that
probably
again.
that's probably where the logo came from. Now that I think about it, the logo is a light. The light isn't the logo. I never thought about that until now. That makes so much sense.
Looks like this isn't your month.
I thought it was just like a weird abstract logo. It's a light. It's a film light. I'm doing, Parker. I be doing. Open sesame. The Minecraft elevator.
Lo Wang, I thought I smelled comic books and hand lotion.
You lost a hand the last time we met, Zilla. I don't recommend testing me again.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it.
Oh, this was that
No
samurai
man
I
like
fought
me
at the
is
end of the
no
first
match
one,
for the
right?
mighty Lo Wang.
I remember because he was also
But I'm
bald.
curious, what's your
No,
angle
I think he
here?
just has
Why have
skin-colored
you
hair.
come for this monstrosity?
He's got like that Mike
Hey,
Pence
everyone else
cut.
seems to wanna. I just wanted to hang with the cool kids.
Turn back, Lo Wang. She is beyond help now. There was a time when I thought this poor thing might be my greatest achievement. But alas, it appears she did not have the inner fortitude.
Throw another corpse on the slag heap of progress?
Progress requires sacrifice.
Sure, just not by you.
I am humanity's
Them rim lights,
last
though.
best hope. I am all that stands between us and oblivion. My methods might appear reckless, but I assure you, under the circumstances, they are vital.
That's fucking great. I'll just grab my corpse shovel.
When the gates fall, the soldiers of Project Hope will be the only thing that
We gotta
can
talk
save
about
us.
this Iron Giant just
You would have
snoozing
made
behind
an
your
excellent
desk.
candidate yourself. A little headstrong, perhaps.
The giant
I have a
Marvin.
G-chip that can fix that.
I die first.
If you insist.
Zilla Mechanoid. This is definitely a boss fight.
Fresh ammo. Nothing like it.
Oh, that's my ammo. Oh man. I'm looking too hot. It's just like Doom where I just can't find the weapon I'm trying to pull out. Unless it's a lightning gun or a rocket launcher. But no, I can't even find the rocket launcher. Oh no, he dodges.
There's nothing like a fresh clip.
The minigun shredded him, and now nothing else does damage. No chests, no problem.
That's nice.
Fuck. No! Oh! My biggest complaint is just genuinely every time I do something, my camera it does this every time I do anything in the game. Shoot, land, jump. You sound like Pinkerton from BioShock Infinite. You should have listened, Booker.
New clip, new life.
It's the one and only. Well, there's a couple of funks out there. I think there's a TikToker with the last name Funk. But I'm easily top 5, I think. Tobias Funk. Yeah, there's like a SoCal surf clothing named Funk, I think.
We have to stop meeting like this. Hey, I know. Want to go out together? This shithole never appreciated us anyway.
Cynicism is the refuge of the morally bankrupt. If you had a single ounce of integrity in your bones.
Oh, there are my two little lovebirds.
Amiona, what the?
Your animus against each other is futile, but I do understand how exciting it must be.
Spare us the psychobabble, please.
Your reliance
So much water on my
betrays
eyes.
your inability to process the emotional truth of your situation.
What emotional truth?
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Coke, cannon.
Both of you.
Looks like someone got into Mommy's medicine cabinet.
That's the master alarm. The body's containment cell has been breached.
Oh yes, My followers are quite devoted.
What's weird is the saying isn't even Jinx, you owed me a Coke. It's you owe me a soda. They went out of their way to specify the canonicity of Coke.
In any event, our men are freeing the body now.
This sounds bad.
Your struggles with one another.
What's
are
going
at an
on?
end.
I have no fucking idea.
You can give in to the attraction that has driven it this whole time.
Attraction? To this idiot?
Oh, assuredly. It is only natural to be drawn helplessly to your opposite. That energy is the creative engine behind all life in the universe, from teen romance to black holes.
Are you getting any of this?
So rejoice.
Opposites
you need
attract.
No longer fight the one you most desire. The
Oh yeah?
object of your
Well then why do
quarrel
I
is
like
out of
men?
your hands, and you are free to spend the end of the world in
Checkmate.
one another's arms.
Guards!
I, killed all your guards.
All of them?
I was on a roll.
I'm afraid this is merely a projection, Orochi. I am with the body now. In moments, I will be one with the creature. Then I will fulfill my destiny and finally take my rest. Goodbye, my friends. Wish me luck. Gozu, dear, are you ready to perform the ritual?
Well, this is awkward.
Will you let go of me?
Not before you kiss me, you fool.
Urgh! We've got to get out to the gates. I can have a transport here in a few minutes.
That won't be necessary.
So we're
I am
not
fast
enemies now?
Fine. I'll meet you there. Don't do
Why?
anything rash
What
before I
happened? She
arrive.
just made fun of us.
Little old me?
You said you're my boyfriend and
on
then
the same
left,
side
and now
now.
we're
You
like
should take this.
friends.
It is imbued
What?
with the latest G technology. It could make the difference in defeating the body.
You old softy. Is this payback for not making me employee of the month?
Get out of here!
Just saw him do like a teleport there. Okay, that's a lot to process. So much so that I'm not even gonna try. You have to stop ammonia from destroying the outer gates. And you get a sick katana out of it. It's like they introduce a villain and then they introduce a new villain and then they introduce a new villain, but the last villain wasn't dealt with, so the last villain is it is a selfie stick. Very astute observation from chat, from Demios. Zing was right. I really am on my last leg of attention span.
Yes.
Yes.
No, Wang! There you are! Amiona has occupied the body.
Oh, was that the giant beast I saw trying to destroy
Oh,
humanity?
Amiona,
Small world.
who's the aunt of the girl in my head, she wanted to corrupt the body and then use it for herself.
Yet again.
Oh, wonderful.
And she's been
I
drinking
guess.
all the black rain she can reach. She may already be strong enough to destroy the gates.
Alright, I got what I needed here. I gotta go fight
You have my back here,
the
right?
body.
Oh yeah, fuck that fascist prick. I'll stop the body.
What the
I'm not
fuck?
getting
Base
fucked
Lo
with
Wang?
this. Holy smokes! Look!
Amiona? Oh, that bitch! She stole my body!
Yeah, I know. You're not even gonna be able to try clean that thing.
Stop her! Now! What are you waiting for?
You just stop yelling in my fucking head.
Oh! God, I got carried away. Is this better?
Yeah, much.
Okay, let's go get my body back.
I appreciate them reusing the same battlefields again. This seems to do the trick. Mostly.
Nothing like a fresh clip. What's up? You don't like it anymore? But I thought you wanted to die. Hey, look, Bug wants to...
The ammo one. Nope, that's cheat. I think I thought this one gave me ammo. Yep. Warrior.
That's it.
Finish her.
Put the preparation on your sword.
Okay, here goes.
I think this is the end of the game. It just gave me like 3 achievements.
Thank you.
Thank me. For what?
Killing me.
Who says I'm going to kill you?
Quickly! The body is dying. We must get Kamiko into it before it's too late.
This dude looks like the TF2 devil. I just realized that. Same suit and head of hair. Just missing a cigar.
Very well. Then I will extract you.
Kill her now, before
And
my
the
father can doom her.
8-foot tall stature.
I wish killing you would accomplish something.
Is this a party or a funeral? Why the long faces?
Uncle Zing?
What's going on here?
I was attempting to reseal the gates, but this peon has destroyed my best efforts, and very likely doomed us all.
Oh,
I
boo-hoo.
just wanted to pet the rabbits, George. You impetuous fool!
The situation does sound a tad bleak.
There is another way. This place is a soul well, is it not?
It is.
Rather than sealing the gates closed with my sacrifice,
let us seal them open
with my living soul.
Yeah, that makes sense. That scans.
Is it? After all, these are gates, not walls, brother. Perhaps we should align them to their purpose.
This world will not survive.
Thanks, Agent.
This world will change, but it will go on. I was born of this energy.
Needs a lot to get the
I
support.
bend it to my will. Allow me to rectify these wounded worlds to one another. It's what I was born to do.
Incredible.
I will not be party to this madness.
Sometimes madness is the only course open to us. I will help you, child.
Zing's a bro.
Okay, Kamiko.
I've come around to Zing.
I try to travel light.
Him and his
Thank
football,
you, Lo
his
Wang.
soccer
You've been
ball
a good friend to
face.
me, and a worthy partner.
Give them hell, okay?
You can rely on it.
Here we go.
Reminder that she's 3. She's 3 years old, for anyone that's curious. Just check yourself.
What?
That's my girl.
Yeah, you crash into the gate to become a dragon, as was established in the plot. Yeah, that scans. That tracks. I just played 8 hours of this and I don't know a goddamn thing about what happened. Nah, I don't think that was as good as this first. I don't think it was like mechanically it was good. It was probably better than the first mechanically. Like movement was really good. Levels were decent. But Jesus Christ. So this is the second one. The third one, I'll say one more time, is slated for this year. people are assuming it's going to come out next month in March. But this is a sequel to a first one. The first one was not as open-ended. There wasn't a free roam. There wasn't side quests. And I kind of preferred it. But I can respect them trying something. I'll never get mad at a dev for trying something. And this wasn't slapped together. I think they just maybe didn't anticipate how disjointed it would feel for some players. Not bad. I'd still recommend the first. I don't know if I'd put this second up there, but I am excited about the third. The third does still look good to me. I thought this would take me a lot longer to finish. It took me like literally exactly 7 hours. 11 seconds short. I'm told there's a new game plus. And I know there's more to do in the game, but I think I'm going to call it there. Because I just don't really feel like playing more of this game right now. I don't have another game planned for today. And I got to be gone in 3 hours for something. So I'm just going to call it here. And my plan is the next stream's going to be on Friday. I'm going to do viewer and sub games. If you want to play the Titanfall Northstar client, I'm planning on doing some of that on Friday on stream. But I think I'm going to spend the next today and tomorrow just doing some YouTube video stuff. So next stream's on Friday. That was Shadow Warrior 2. Thanks for chatting, subbing, talking, for the guys that were giving me advice. I know there's a lot of side content. I might revisit it later, a few streams down, to just for fun. But yeah, I'm just gonna call it for now. I thought Myriad was on Sunday or Saturday. I don't know. It's not my stream, so I'm not concerning myself with that. Yeah. Alright, that's it. I have a Discord if you want to join it. I got a Twitter. And I have a plush running for about a month. If you're interested, you want to support me, get something out of it, I've got a little plush of my character Bommy. You can pre-order one, and I think they ship around May. So just for like the 5 people that didn't know about that. Don't you want one of these? Come on. Alright, that's it. See ya. See you on Friday. Meow.